I do. I do. It's been a while. How's everything? Udoye, are we good to go? Let's see if we're good to go. Ooh, yeah, it's about to rain, and you just have to. All right, it's a beautiful edition of your program talking about bystanders at newsstands. It's the weekend edition of the program, specifically Friday, the 18th of August 2023, and we are right here at the newsstand to review what we have on the papers. All right, good morning to esteemed viewers across the globe. Always thanking you, and we will still keep thanking you for always joining us on this program. To also hear your views and to see what is happening in Nigeria. All right, quickly to business news on subsidy. Talking about subsidy removal, federal government announces 5 billion naira palliative for each state. Federal government announces 5 billion naira palliative for each state. Economist warns against corruption in implementation. Very, very important. And that's a very good warning. Economist warns against corruption in implementation. Quickly to another paper here, which is The Nation. The Nation is telling us something this morning. States awash with 180 billion naira subsidy pain relief cash. Federal government's 5 billion naira per state fund for immediate use to cushion high food fertilizer prices. Moving down to other stories on the front page of these papers, we have Transcorp consolidates power delivery in Africa. Ganduje leads Uzodinma Okorocha to Aso Villa. On Niger, ECOWAS activates standby force defense chiefs in Ghana. ECOWAS activates standby force defense chiefs now in Ghana. Emefiele charged with fraud abuse of office, others in Abuja. Godwin Emefiele, that is suspended CBN governor, charged with fraud, abuse of office, others in Abuja. To the last paper we have today, The Punch. The major story. Labour folds 180 billion naira palliatives, says governors will frustrate program. Labour folds 180 billion naira palliatives, says governors will frustrate program. States to get 180 trucks of rice. Nigeria Labour Congress, TUC, worry politicians will hoard materials. NEC committee to meet Labour over subsidy relief. Tinubu appeals to Nigerians. You can see the picture of the embattled CBN governor Emefiele right here on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Emefiele, sometimes I laugh when I see what Emefiele is passing through. Of course, Mike, you know what we passed through during the Naira policy, that was implemented by the CBN governor. Emefiele DSS drops firearms. As on Emefiele, DSS drops firearms charges, 6.9 billion naira fraud case adjourned. Emefiele is facing it just like Nigerians faced it at that point, and I hope he gets out of this. Many Nigerians don't want him to get out of the problem. It's a payback. It's a payback time.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Michael.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Good morning, viewers.
look so cool today. Why on this attire? Why?
It's the last day of the week. Why not?
All right, let's
Thank you.
move to the stories trending right now. Of course, before I started the program, I saw the way Nigerians were forming over the 5 billion naira palliatives rolled out by the federal government. I believe you have your own take on this, Michael.
Yes, the news filtered in yesterday that 5 billion naira has been released for
Each state.
each state, to be precise, for palliatives. I think for me, I'm not too impressed. It is not likely to cushion anything. Uh, it's like a drop in an ocean. What Nigerians are facing at the moment is massive. Politicians may likely hijack the entire process. It will become a party affair in some cases. It may likely become a thing of where favoritism and all of that will begin to play out because there is no, as we speak, there is no social register across the states that capture the details of people. Let's even assume that people that actually need the palliatives, because the truth is not everybody that needs it. So there is no social register that is detailed enough to capture what the government is trying to do. So eventually, it is likely to end up in the hands of politicians. Like
Likely, most
most
likely.
likely to end up in the hands of. I mean, we've had such in the past, and
Fast.
at the point the whole thing became messy and all of that. So
Even during lockdown,
exactly,
that was terrible.
no, I mean,
Terrible.
nothing. People were starving in their homes, and
Thinking that the president never wrote that palliatives.
exactly. So at the point they started busting some warehouses, if you
Yeah,
remember,
yeah, 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 yeah.
where people had to
Across
start,
the federation.
and those things were already deteriorating inside the warehouse. Things that ought to have been
Shared,
distributed for
distributed.
people were actually getting spoiled in the warehouse. So those are the kind of leaders we have, and for me, I'm not too impressed about the 5 billion naira for each state.
Some citizens, of Osun State started crying out over this issue, saying that the 180 trucks of rice, meant to be distributed, is ordered by the state, government. I mean, though some people have accused the governor of that state, Adeleke, of being biased, that is, because during the last election, some didn't vote for him, while some voted for him. So it's more of like favoring the people that voted for him during the elections. So how do you see the whole thing?
I mean, if that news is actually true, it is sad. I don't expect a state governor to do that. The moment you emerge as a state governor, you are now the governor of the entire state. What transpired before the election is put aside. You are meant to govern the entire state, and whatever thing you are trying to distribute for the state needed to be distributed equitably and not using favoritism and capturing people that voted for me and other. I mean, that shouldn't. It's unheard of that a governor will start reasoning that way. If the story is actually true, if the story is true, it is very unfortunate. The governor doesn't need to do that. Whatever needs to be shared must be given to the entire people of Osun State and not to be politicized.
Emefiele, they embattled the CBN governor from one case to another case. Yesterday, the firearm charges was dropped. Another one cropped up. 6.9 billion naira fraud. What's all this, Mike?
Uh,
Is the APC government trying uh, to treat him the way he should be treated just because of what happened during the election or before the election?
Sadly, so Ebefele is going through one of the worst times of his life. The firearm issue was dropped yesterday. Of course, I've always known that the firearm issue wasn't the main issue. They were just using that to buy time and still keeping in custody. So the real issues were still coming out. I mean, came out yesterday in terms of that has to do with finance. That has to do with his office as a former central bank governor. So let him have his days in court. I think that's what I would say. He's already in court, so let him enjoy his moments in court. Let the court decide if he's actually guilty of those things. I mean, allegations are not the real thing. Nobody is really saying he's guilty. I mean, you are not guilty until a court of competent jurisdiction proves so. And I think that's the case of Emefiele now. Federal government is free to allege anything. It is left for them to prove that he actually committed those crimes. And if he has, let the law take its course.
And there are questions raised by people that where is Buhari, the former president? Where is Buhari? I think both of them were on it together at that point in time.
Of course, that's the boss.
And he's left alone now.
No, that's the boss. And that is why you must be careful, especially when you're a professional. When your boss is bringing out policies that we have implications, especially negative effects at that, you are expected as a professional to advise properly that this is not the way to go. And that is why in civilized climes you see politicians or people at the helm of affairs of certain agencies, they do resign at some point just because of the conflicts of conflicts in policy that they have with their boss. When they think that they are being compared to do certain things, they would rather resign than to dance to the tune of the boss, especially when they know there will be negative consequences. And that is unfortunately what Emefiele is having at this time in his hands. He has taken some decisions with his boss, and now he's left alone to face the music.
All right, Michael, we need to let you go. I really appreciate you for coming on board today.
Many thanks.
Good weekend to you.
All right, you too.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Good morning, Mr. Mike.
My brother, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Charles Oputa.
Maybe
Let me use that word.
Please, good morning, our viewers all over the world. I greet you. Please, there's an impression I want to correct here.
All right.
Mr. Kunle coming out here sometimes to call people deformed. Sometimes it's not good.
Which people? The viewers?
No. Sometimes, like yesterday, he mentioned people that deformed that they should go back to Edo. You know, we are all here just to air our views, to tell the world. Most of these people that are listening to you, it's not that they don't have phones, that they cannot chat and see whatever that is happening in the world, but they are just trying to attach themselves with us here. So we should be able to know and find out very, very careful on the kind of words and choice of words we use here. It's very, very fair. It's not good because telling people that they are deformed, that they should go back to their states, to like they do, is not fair. So thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Mike.
Good morning to you again.
Thank you.
Happy weekend, right?
Oh, bless God. Mr. Dennis, I greet you. Amechi, a lot of them, Taiwo, I greet all of you. God will continue to bless each and every one of you. Your hands and everything will never run dry. I pray for you guys.
All right, thank you so much. And this is another story that is coming out of Nigeria, Palliatives.
Wow.
You see Nigerians filming. So much controversies everywhere.
Wow.
What's all about this? What do you have to say concerning that? How do you think the government or the states should distribute these palliatives?
So, Mr. Mike.
Can you continue?
No, Mr. Mike. Thank God you have said it all, that palliative. A rice will be given to every state, right? I want to ask you this question, if you can be able to answer me this question. How many bags of rice makes one trailer? How many bags of rice makes a trailer of rice? A trailer. We are talking about 600 bags. And when you times 600 times 5, How many are we getting? We are getting about 3,000 bags. Even Ogba alone can consume 300,000 bags of rice. And then what happened to the 5 billion naira that the state government have said they're going to issue to almost all the states, few states in Nigeria? The 5 billion naira that they will be given to almost all the states in Nigeria, believe me, it is only the governor that will sit down and invest such funds. You and I will know. You and I know. I'm very, very sure that you and I will know that nobody is going to see a dime from that 5 billion naira. But the rice we are talking about just 600 bags of rice. When you times 600 times 5, it's giving you 3,000 bags. So sometimes you ask yourself, what is the common bearing of this regime and government we are in? APC, honestly speaking, I am highly disappointed on the move and whatever move the government have been taking. We are talking about palliative. What happened to the people palliative we are talking about? We are talking about 180 billion naira. You can use this little amount of money you call little by the government to set up a firm, a standard company that will be able to employ a lot of unemployed youth in Nigeria. If not 50, at least, if you can employ 50 unemployed youth in Nigeria, you have helped in terms of reduction of unemployment in Nigeria. But what are you doing? Every day, you keep on sharing money. Palliative. You talked about rice. How much do you think 600 bags of rice per one trailer is look at Ogba. This is Ogba. We are not even talking about Ikeja. Are you getting it? We are not even see, sometimes you look at even the intention of what is the sharing quota, you find out that Lagos and Kano, they are being left behind because Lagos and Kano should have been getting the higher, that's much more than any other state. Then compared to a place like Bayelsa and a place like Ebonyi State and other states. But what are we seeing? 5 billion naira. We are talking about 5 billion naira that will go to each government, each state government. They are the one that will eat up the money. And at the end of the day, or even the rice, you and I knows quite all right and quite okay that you're not going to see anything from that rice. So I'm very, very, let me tell you, I'm disappointed in the move and whatever move that this so-called government is taking because I'm not happy with them. What is a trailer? I have told you a trailer of rice contains about 600 bags. Times 600 times 5 is giving you 3,000 bags of rice. Ogba alone, how many families do you have in Ogba here?
You mean even a Dirika will not get to you?
There's nothing. I am not even expecting not even a Dirika, even a cup. Are you getting me? Even a cup, they are going to share the money. They are going to share the money at the end of the day. You will not even know. You will hear that at the end of the day, you find out that nothing has been said about the money again or the rice. Forget about whatever the government has. Sometimes whenever we come out here to say things, people keep on criticizing us because I have every right. I'm entitled to my own personal opinion. Are you getting me? But the point still remains that I am highly disappointed on the move, or whatever move, the everyday palliative. What happened to the 500 billion naira you have mapped out? What happened to the palliative? Nothing. And you're talking about palliative about rice.
What happened to the palliative that were distributed to each state during lockdown? COVID-19 lockdown.
Do you know that during that lockdown, that was when the federal government, that was when the Anyash opened. Because you find out that a lot of warehouses, a lot of rices have been distributed to most of these people. And they could not even bring out those rices. At the end of the day, because of NSAS, a lot of exposure came in. And people begin to find out that there's a lot of things that even not the Western world have given to Nigerians. Secretly, that we don't even know. And today, you are talking about palliative. They should go to hell with whatever. I hate whatever. This is, I am not insulting anybody, but I'm saying 180 billion naira can set you a very good company, a standard company, if that's what they really want to do. A very nice company. We have unemployed youth in Nigeria. A lot of people are jobless. There's no job in Nigeria. People cannot even feed twice a day, even once. When you wake up in the morning to see what you eat is even a problem. And then you are telling me every day palliative. At the end of the day, they will sit down, share the money within themselves, and they will just come out here and start telling you on the paperwork that nothing. My brother, I believe he who must come to equity must come with a clean hand. They are not even coming, they are not doing anything. What they are after is their own selfish interest.
I think part of what the money will be used for is to get fertilizer, get rice for farmers, and all.
A lot of things we have. See, sometimes I ask myself, what really happens to most of these politicians? Tinubu Somebody said yesterday that he's a technocrat. But sometimes I wonder, is he really that technocrat enough? You are somebody, you are the president of Nigeria. What stopped you from bringing in expatriates, people that knows it better than you? Put them in power so that, bring them into your government so that they'll be able to give what you call expatriate advice. It comes to you with what you don't know. Tell you much more about things and how to move about things. But you are not doing that. Everybody that just move around the street, just bring them into your government. At the end of the day, they are still the ones that will tarnish your government. So he should be very, very careful on whatever he does because people are there waiting.
Now, let me show you something. Can you see the emulation Emefiele is passing through here? Look at the emulation. Look at the way the CBN governor, the suspended CBN governor, is covering his face, hiding his face. Charles, is there anything you want to say concerning this?
Well, I'm not happy no matter what. Even if I'm also a Nigerian, I'm also part of the people that suffered. We're also part of the people that suffered during the cashless policy. Because I think these people, they try to bring us to a Western world so that we'll be in a cashless system of government. But it's not going to work when you didn't set some things together. When you didn't put your house together. So I'm not happy with whatever that's happening to Emefiele. Emefiele, well, you are not, everybody seems to be guilty. Everybody seems not to be guilty. Even you in your family, a lot of people will accuse you. But it is only when God decided to vindicate you that people will be able to know that you are not guilty in your family. But Emefiele, my dear, you have to enjoy yourself because that's what you call for. But my problem with you is as simple as ABCD. Emefiele cannot just come out and take decision that there should be a cashless policy. A lot of people worked with him. A lot of people asked him to do that. Emefiele cannot just sit down in his own house and take decision that cashless policy should start taking place. What happens to those hands? That is where I'm having a problem with Emefiele. Why not call those people that ask you to do that? Bring in their name, bring out their names. So that at the end of the day, people will, Nigerians will also know that, yes, you are not on this all alone. But you are there. Look at the way you are dying in court, dying in silence. Meanwhile, a lot of persons and individuals whom you have sat down, you drank together, you smoke together. I don't know whether you drink together, you eat together. At the end of the day, you took a drastic decision that affected almost all the life of Nigerian citizens. And today, they have left you and you are suffering alone. Why not go in and call them? Bring them, summon the courage, call their names so that Nigerians, even if really we are running a very good system of government, they will be able to know and they will be able to tell the whole world that yes, nobody is above the law. According to Professor ABDC, he said nobody, they said one of the rule of law, you must not be above the law. If you should be able to call those people in, then it is now left with the competent jurisdiction, being the court of law in Nigeria, to know how to go about it. But you are there suffering alone, my brother. You have to enjoy that. You have to enjoy it too, because you don't want to call anybody, and nobody names have been mentioned. If you look at him very well, you find out that he's nothing but he's making a phone call. Is it a phone call? He's not making a phone call. He's making a phone call according to people. But when you look at it drastically, this man is dying in silence. Call out the names of people that enjoy these things together with you. How many of them? If you have about 15 count charges, believe me, a lot of count charges will be shifted to them too, so that they will enjoy whatever you are enjoying there. Is it in Kuje prison or whatever? So, Emefiele, I beg, enjoy yourself. We are not happy, but I'm not happy as a human being because anything that happens to somebody, you don't know tomorrow. Are you getting me? Nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows what tomorrow we're going to bear out. But the truth still remains the truth. Emefiele would have done himself good by naming those people that he sat down on the same table. Name them. How many decisions did you make? How many are there? You should not be suffering alone. A lot of individuals, forget about the personality.
But he spearheaded it now.
Yes, even if he spearheaded it, Emefiele cannot just come on here. Even it's just like somebody like you. Without people like us coming here to talk, you cannot just hear and talk blah 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 blah. That this is what happened here. Are you getting me? At the end of the day, people like us, Kule, Chigozie, Daniel, David, all of us, if we are not here to say things on it, I think it's of no need because a lot of people watching, they have phone, they can Google and see what is happening in Nigeria. But the reason why they are listening to us is because they want to attach themselves with us. So the truth still remains, Emefiele should go in and name those hands that he sat down with them and took the decision.
So that they won't suffer alone.
So that they will enjoy together.
All right,
Thank you very much.
before I let you in, Kunle, let me quickly greet the viewers across the globe watching us right now. There are many viewers watching on this platform, and I wish to greet them. Okay, Dutchman Pounds, good morning, Mr. Mike and the crew. Saying good morning to you. Adimola Atonda, GDA. Okay, good afternoon. Oh, we are saying good afternoon to Atonda. Also, Crown Banji, good morning to you. All have a great start to the day. Love from Canada. We're saying good morning to you and we also love you. Ebere Bishop, good morning to you all. Happy weekend. We're saying good morning to you. Claire also is saying good morning to the viewers.
Good morning, everybody.
All right.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Wow. How is it going to be celebrated?
Well, on the low key, man.
Madness.
The country itself is on the low key, so there is nothing to even celebrate than to thank God for the life.
Thank God for the life. TGIF. Thank God. All right. Let's go. Gladys Oyabo, good morning to everyone watching from Atlanta, Georgia. That's USA. We're also saying good morning to you, Gladys. Now, not forgetting Taiwo Odulade. We're saying good morning to us at this point in time. You're also saying good morning to you, Taiwo Odulade. Good morning, Mike. You're saying good morning to you, Taiwo, as well. Emefiele brought this on himself, which is true. You're right, Taiwo Odulade. Of course, we know what we suffered at that time. Only did you suffer it? Cashless policy.
Suffering and smiling.
Suffering and smiling. All right. Moving on to other people right here. Akim Adesina Bada. Good morning, Nigerians. We're saying good morning to you as well, Akim Adesina. Declan Roberts. Well done, guys, at Flip TV. Happy weekend. May it be well with Nigeria. May it be well with all of us. Declan Roberts. Good morning as well. Quick Penny. Good morning, guys. We say good morning. Imafidon. Good morning, Mike and everyone here. We say good morning. Stop and chop. Hello. We say hello to you. Good morning. Nosa Adabel. Good morning from VR Italy. We're saying good morning to you as well. Mechi Wachoku, good morning, my good people. We're saying good morning to you. And others still saying good morning right here. Taiwo Lawal from London, greetings. We're saying good morning to you. Jacob Adedeji, we're saying good morning to you. Isaac Ajon, we're saying good morning to you. Jide from USA, yes, Jide in the United States of America, we're saying good morning to you. Frank Ibe, good morning, everyone. Taiwo Lawal, please, I need Oluwa one. Okay, okay, we'll get Oluwa one for you. Okay, Kule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Once again.
Good morning, viewers, and good morning. Taiwo Odulade, I greet you well. Atonda, Demola Atonda, Mr. Demola, you're doing well. The Crown Banji, greeting to you all. And who else? There's no Amechi Wachuku.
We have several viewers.
Amechi Wachuku, yeah, mention their name, yeah.
So,
Although that guy do criticize me, but I take it as a personal,
be happy that people are criticizing
yeah,
you.
I know,
It simply means you are doing well.
Yeah, and if nobody talk about you, that means you are nobody. That's just it. If nobody talks about you,
you are nobody.
yeah, but nobody.
When they talk about you,
You are relevant.
you are relevant. Wow. Top knuckles. Top knuckles. Nice one. All right, quickly to what we have here. The issue of palliatives. We have Nigerians crying out that the palliatives should be distributed well. There should be a committee that should monitor the process. What do you think?
I think the government in charge, they are hearing that, and I have to re-echo it. That palliative should not be politicized. Let it go around to the needies that need that palliative. It's not like party member. It's not like let there be equilibrium in sharing of that palliative, because the masses are suffering. The masses on ground are suffering. We are on ground and we feeling the pains. So let the palliative go around to the people that need it. And it's a welcome development, and really happy the government are listening. They have listened here to hear us well, that this is what the masses need. They should cushion the effects of this subsidy removal, and they should know that what they are enjoying over there, we are seeing them, and we are not happy that they should let it go around. This country belongs to all, and the Commonwealth, when they say the Commonwealth, the wealth supposed to belong to all of us, not, they are selected people, So we don't need the palliative just to work for some few people that have connection. Let it go down to the people that need it. If they don't know how to distribute it, they should come to the street. We will help them. There are still some. I'm talking of the poorest of the poor. I think you could witness them. I keep saying this. Every day, that was last week that we went to the jungle of Agege, where the blind of the blind, where the limp of the limp, where disabled, that they can't even know where 1 square meal or half square meal will come from. And thank God we did that. And I want to give kudos to the lady that really put a token on that we should, support, add up and embark on it and embark on it. I think you need to put that video on this thing. We are not putting it to beg. It's for the charity. This thing we did it, and everything you do belongs to God. So we are not begging. Say we want to put the money in our pocket. I think they will upload the video. You see what we go through, and we intend to be doing it so that for mercy of God upon everybody that play role in. It's all about what can you do to your country. Not every time what can my country do for me. Because if you are waiting for what your country do for you, what they have not done for the past 80 years or 60 years of existence, what else do you want them to do at this right time? But I just pray, it's prayer we need to be helping them with so that God will change their mind. And I really like the incentives as it's coming up now. At least a grain of rice, 18 bags or so. Is it 18,000? Is it 3,000 bags, right? Going to each state, right? So what we need now is for us to monitor the distribution of those bags. And that's why I say, as I am here now, everybody should go down to their different states to monitor it. Because what we have been talking here, we need to practicalize it. I'm ready to be in Osun any moment, maybe before the ending of to go and monitor what is going on there. As the palliative, are they distributing the palliative according to the will of the people? So we need to monitor that. We don't just sit down one place and start complaining. We need to be on actions to get things that is wrong right. Wrong thing, we need to get wrong thing right.
All right, there are talks coming up on this issue of palliative, and Nigerians are saying why disbursing the money to the governors. They are saying that the money disbursed to these governors will not get to them. The money meant, or the rice meant to cushion the effect of this subsidy removal will not get to the right people. Now, is there any way the government could do it in order for the needy, just like you said, to have a take, to partake in these palliatives that is being rolled out by the federal government?
Thank you very much. I think I have to disagree about why are they giving it down to the governor of each state. It's because of a crime that to identify a criminals, that we all have names, right? The governors, they are the face of governors, right, in their different states. So that rice that is going to them, that palliative that is going to them, they will be held accountable if anything happens. You can't just give that money to an average citizen on the street to start distributing. There will be chaos, and that cannot never happen. So you have to put that money in custody of your state's governor. And if peradventure it was not distributed well, you have your governor to hold. You have your governor to call for questioning. Say, how did you distribute this palliative that people are still complaining? Then House of Assembly will now have to come in and probe the governors. Say, are you hiding the palliative, or you are diverting it to your pocket or to your family? So to me, it's a welcome development for them to hand over the palliative to the governor, because the governors they are in custodian of every state. Each state governor is in custodian of the state. So to me, it's a good, policy and a good direction. And let's applaud the government. That is a listing government. They brought about the 8,000 palliative for the poorest of the poor. We cry out loud that is not what we need now. And they retract it back. And this time around now, they are putting grains, they are putting money, and they are putting, some other things for palliative. So it's now left for the governors to, roll up their sleeve and know that they have to work for the masses. And that is why I'm saying we ourselves, it's not all about complain. What are the corrections we have to bring on the table to talk to these people, to let them know it's not just shouting every day. What is your input? What is your own opinion? It's just not their government, it's our government likewise. So we have to have an input. We have to start crying out loud when they goof. We have to start crying out loud to know that this place they are, that hot seat those governors are, they are holding it, on our behalf, because they ought to be our messengers. We are the masters that send them, okay, go and lead us and bring fruitful governance, fruitful governance for us. It's not like go and embezzle all our commonwealth. So the masses now have a major role to play as that palliative has been sent. We need to monitor it. So we need to name shame any governors that derail. And I've been telling my people here, the Lagos is overwhelmed. Let us be going back home once in a while, because we have family at home. If you keep complaining in in Lagos, that Lagos is, imagine, and there's a blunder in distribution of that palliative. Lagos ought not to have got 5 billion naira. I think they should have given Lagos 10 billion naira because of the population, overwhelming population in Lagos, right? And that's why I was just, a conversation I was having with the backs,
I think you have a point, there. The population of Lagos is more than some of the states.
Imagine you are giving Lagos 5 billion. You are giving a state like Taraba. You are giving a state like Kogi State, that the population is not even up to 1/4 of population of Lagos. So and if he has done that too, they will say favorism. This thing, Nigerians, any lacuna they see, they will use it to deform you. They will use it to castigate you. They will use it to embarrass you. But we don't. I thank God that He make everything there was equity in distribution, so that the people from the other side will not be, saying any other thing contrary to, this agenda. So to Mr. Tinubu, you can still do more, right, with your policy. We are here for the betterment of the country, not for the destruction of the country. Because if you destroy the country, where do you want to run to? Nobody is ready to take anybody on asylum any longer.
Now, why are the state governors, waiting or relying on the federal government to roll out palliatives? What are they doing on their own in order to cushion the effects of this?
You see, average governors we have in this country, they don't think outside the box. How they can generate funds. It's all about clapping hands to, federal, to the allocation. Majority of that depends on allocation.
Because in Lagos State, I think that there was a slash on BRT buses, 50% slash.
Yeah. A lot is going on.
Even commercial buses. Other states should also.
A lot is going on. And likewise, I have to advise Lagos State government that they should go on orientation. That's we're talking of yesterday. We were talking about National Orientation Agency. Lagos State should have their own national state orientation agency, and we have some corporate bodies that benefited a lot from the system, and they need to plow back that CSR, corporate service responsibility, from all these companies that benefited. We have the MTN of this world, we have the Airtel of this world, we have the Glo of this world, and we have some big companies on ground. They are making hell of money, right, from this country as we have. They need to give back. This is time to give back. This solution, we all have to be a stakeholder in solving the solution of this country. Because if we keep lamenting, we're lamenting till the whole world will come to an end, and nothing will happen.
Now, let me hold you here. Now, Blessed One is saying something very crucial. All these are temporary solutions. For how long would people eat rice? Would rice pay your transportation, buy fuel, or pay school fees? Minimum wage is still 30K. Wow,
that's a
shame.
That's a good point. But we never call it a shame for now, because the damages has been done. I've told you on and on that the solutions to all these our problems, to solution to all this frustration the masses are witnessing, is get two things, infrastructure, get it fixed. That is the refinery and the electricity. When you get those two things, you just realize that the all things, the inflations that is happening now will go down, and get people engaged in production. All these are moribund, industries. Bring them back alive. But you can't bring them back alive without energy that they will rely on to, to make their, factory work. You can't do that. So that's those two basic things. Once you get it done, I mean, all this problem will be an over, the past tense in our life, things of the past. So that woman that is asking that question, that's why I say this is just a palliative to cushion the effects of what is happening now. It's just solve the problem on ground now. Then you now, start doing because if you start repairing the refinery now, the refinery doesn't take 1 month. It doesn't take 2 months to get fixed up. So that's why they bambooed us enough. When they were doing that refinery, they were doing the turnaround. I was monitoring them, that the refinery you are doing, that you are just turning around, and it's not turning itself around. Instead of that, it's turning people into poverty level. So to me, palliative is okay for now because it's a gap, what they call it, a gap, what's it called? A gap intervention now, just to get it done for them, stabilize, because an hungry man is an angry man. An hungry man is going to be a frustrated man, right? And, he can do and undo. And if you don't want to start breeding criminals, let people breed. Let the masses breed. And what the masses need now is food, right? Job and shelter, right? Create jobs. But without refinery, a lot of jobs will be created. By doing that refinery, fixing that refinery. With energy, a lot of jobs, a lot of companies that have gone moribund, right, will rise up again. Look at all our companies, factories in Nigeria. We used to have textile mill, Nigeria textile mill, just in a background there. I got there the other time. Dangote they've sold it to Dangote for the printing of the sacks of these, products. So when you put in your responsibility on money bags, is it the money bags that we're controlling the country? No. The government has to wake up to their responsibility. We need more of industry in this country, and the industry cannot work without electricity. So to me, the needful thing is fix refinery and give us electricity, and leave and see whether Nigeria will not breed or not. We are crying out loud now that they should let us breed, but we are saying that because the necessary things for us to breed on is the electricity and the refinery. And 25 years now, they spend trillions of 1,034,000,000,000 naira on refinery, right? On this same refinery. They are just pouring money into the sea, and some people benefited from that money. I expected now, Mr. President, call out those guys. The money is still in their hand. Bring them out and make sure that is, if you want a clean hand, bring them out. Let's see. Not only Emefiele case. Let me
to react to the picture you're seeing.
Yes. It was just a drama, right? The cameraman, the press, they was trying to capture his mood. Yes. So he has to hide his face. But it's quite a shameful thing.
The phone call was
it was just why are you going to be calling in court? It's a crime for you to even call in court. And Emefiele really put himself into that trash, because do you remember that same Emefiele disobeyed the highest court of the land, right? Supreme Court, when he was supposed to, appear to reverse. Yeah, he stood his ground. So, and to me, you can't be in a critical position like that and be spending recklessly. Emefiele used 6-point-something billion naira to buy a car, and he was still a central bank governor. Even a blind man will think likewise. They will think otherwise. Yeah, that's, you are spending our money to fund your political agenda. And a lot of soul. And I will not blame Emefiele alone. It's not only the person that will carry the blame game, because they are collaborators with him. You remember one Yaro? There's a one lady now, Yaro. The day they were serving the court invitation was the day she got sick. So we have to work on that woman to appear, because it's not only Emefiele now. All his cronies should appear, and and about the money, some billions of dollars too, that they went to borrow from the Goldman Sachs, a bank in America. That case is still there, and Emefiele too. His blunder was too much. People are saying, Buhari. Can Buhari send you to go and put your hand in fire? And he will burn all your fingers because of your greed. You will do that. Can you do that, Mr. Mike? Can you do that? I can't do that. Sanusi, same situation happened to Sanusi.
It could be a matter of obey the last order.
Not obey the last order. Not obey the last order, my brother. Sanusi did not obey the last order. Sanusi cleaned his hand up during the looting spree under Jonathan, when they were looting Jonathan freely. That Jonathan was so nice, man. It was coming with a good agenda, but the people he surrounded himself with, the cabal, let me just say the cabal, and there's still some cabal in this government too. The cabal, they are like parasites that they just come anywhere any government did, they will show their face. We are here. Don't mess up with us. They are there. I got a lengthy conversation with someone that been in this, one of them that know, and the guy was saying exactly how they operate to that guy. I think I have to just share the names of the person, right? And what is there now is, two wrongs don't make it right, right? Emefiele good in the sense that all what Buhari was telling him, he was obeying it. Why can't I resign if I don't have skeleton in my cupboard? And the government of Buhari too, they made a lot of blunder. You left monetary policy for Emefiele alone. Why the fiscal policy that you're supposed to hold on to counter the monetary policy? You are fiscal policies supposed to be the watchdog of the monetary policy, but there was a lacuna, and Emefiele capitalized on that lacuna, and that is what this government now, the wrong of that Emefiele doing is what this government is trying to correct now. So to me, yes, I cannot blame Tinubu for now. I cannot blame him, because 3 months, you can't even, governance is not a rocket science, right? Nevertheless, the policy of removing the subsidy without the palliative, that one was a blunder. What's supposed to come first, is coming last. Yes.
Pushing the effect before
yes.
making
Yes.
that policy.
Yes.
Knowing the kind of country you are.
Yes. Knowing the kind of
knowing
country.
fully well that things have not been
Yes.
working.
Yes. And I really still want to thank him for listening to the masses, because you could see that he's a listening president. When they said, okay, this palliative, we don't need it, he retrieved it back, and he brought another, So we should just not be here and condemning everything that is happening. When you see the good things they are doing, encourage them. And when you see the bad ones, policy they are bringing, criticize them for them to be upright.
Thank you so much, Kule. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Very beautiful one from Kule there. David, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Mr. Mike Adekule.
Good morning, David Samson. How are you
A
doing?
wonderful Friday morning and a wet Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday. Tell Mr. That will say the palliative way say won't give us. We never see him.
That is true. They did tell you something. I don't even know who is Taiwo Ade at Odunade.
Now your man, they chat you.
I don't know him. He's a viewer.
He's a viewer. He said, Abisha, tell you one just
must have
palliative.
said that to you guys.
That will say one just palliative. That will say one just palliative.
And you people must have been communicating with him. I don't
If
know
you
what
want
is
the palliative,
palliative. I only see him. I only read his charts here.
Sorry. Some people are saying, why didn't I involve Buhari?
Okay.
Emefiele ought to have known that there is no president or past president of Nigeria that has been called to question or for questioning. There is none, and that has to involve our constitutional review.
But is that
You know?
is it not part of corruption?
It's part. Say you mean Buhari?
Yes.
It's part of it. But have you ever invited? Tell me one president that you have
I
ever
said
invited.
not calling the past president. Is it not part of the
It's part
corruption?
of corruption, but it's under they're hiding under constitution. That's the constitution they brought to the table for us.
Constitution that they're hiding onto, is it not what is killing us today?
That's what I'm saying. It's deceptive. We need to work on that. Just that paper called constitution and rewrite it. That's
See,
the
we
problem.
don't have constitution. That is
And
not
that's
for me.
Paper is
It
paper
doesn't have-
constitution. We don't have anyone that's
Who doesn't have
working.
constitution?
Huh?
You said who doesn't
We
have
have,
constitution?
but it's not working.
That's
It's not working.
that's constitution that work for the common man, but does not work for the rich people and the well-known and the prominent people. Is that constitution? Constitution is what, as an organization now, if an organization have a constitution, that constitution is what will abide both the chairman, both the common person on the floor. That constitution will hold them together. You understand? But when you doesn't operate according to constitution, that means, my brother,
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
you are not doing anything, because anybody can wake up one morning and do whatever he wants. And do whatever he wants. There's no constitution. If you want to talk, he will march on. My brother, let's just forget it. Are you not in Nigeria? Don't you see what happened during 2023 general election? Are you not in Nigeria? All the whole story here and there, what's the outcome of it? Nothing. They bought it. You know, when you use your money to
But
vote,
the case
I'm
is still,
coming.
it's still ongoing.
Forget
you can't,
about.
you
We are
can't,
in
you can't say
Nigeria.
the bought it.
We're in Nigeria. We're in Nigeria. You know how they normally
There's
do.
a court process. Are you getting me?
Forget it.
That vote buying cross
Forget it.
cuts across.
Forget it.
all
Forget
the
it.
parties.
Forget it.
Cuts across all
We
the
all know how they. You are not a kid now in Nigeria now. You know how they normally
But
do.
it's you and I they are giving that money to. And we
I'm
collected
coming.
it.
I'm
And then
coming.
to collect
I'm
it.
coming. I'm
To
coming.
collect it.
I'm coming. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
This that money that we are saying.
Just be patient. Sorry.
That money that we are saying. It's like a national cake.
Oh, you are good.
If you're a wise man, when they come to you, give you that money, you collect it. Then went to ballot box and do the right thing.
What of this palliative
Palliative? What
Yes.
palliative?
that is rolled out?
We are deceiving ourselves.
Is it a national
For
cake
that
as well?
palliative.
Is it a national cake as well?
I'm coming. The palliative is what they want to use to steal more from us. You understand me? They know what they're doing. They will tell you that they map out so billions for the masses. The people that will be in charge of that money, then go and check. Did that money get to where it's supposed to get? The answer is no, which you know that it's going to be like that.
Why are you
What
saying
about-
which I know is going
Yes,
to be like that?
no. Are you know in Nigeria when they share Osibanjo had money, trader money? Are you not in Nigeria? Do you get trader money? Do you get it? I didn't get it.
But
You
you
didn't
are
get it.
silent. You are silent. Then do you cry out?
I'm coming now. There's one thing about Nigeria. They have used this to hold us a captive. Tribalism, one. Religious, two. These two things is what is killing this country.
We made ourselves available.
I'm coming
to the
now.
youth
I'm
for
coming. I'm
tribalism.
coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. As a
Alright.
father,
All right.
you have to listen. As a son, you have to listen to your father.
But at times,
The history that your father told you, you have to operate on it.
David, let's move to let's
You understand?
let's
So,
talk about
okay.
what's happening.
I'm not even. I'm not showing you.
You are sure it's a live program, so you don't know.
they see your
Yeah, it was. Have you said anything wrong?
No.
No, it's a live program, so you don't know. All right, all right, David. Quickly
Good
to
morning to you, Mr. Michael. So, like what I said, Mr. Taiwo, do the same palliative.
why are you emphasizing on
No,
palliative
you know
from? Okay, maybe I
Co- Pressure ti wa, tension, gbogbo tension ti wa. Tension ti wa gan. You dey laugh. Now, till when I come dey boss your house, you dey like am. I mean, when I come dey boss Mr. Abiodun office, tension don dey. You don't know. Tension ti wa gan.
Now, Labour faults 180 billion naira.
Is that what?
palliatives. Labour has faulted 180 billion naira palliatives rolled out.
By
Because,
who?
of course, you know
By who? Who run palliative?
the government
The government.
saying that governments will frustrate the program.
Eh,
Do you believe what Labour said?
Mr. Mike Adekunle. Mr. Mike Adekunle. Mr. Mike
are you in line
Adekunle. How many times I call you?
Are you in line with
How many times I call you?
3 times?
I made mention of it 3 times. I believe that with my full chest because this policy is a good step, but
in the right
see
direction.
now it's the right direction in the wrong step. Asiwaju, I thought Asiwaju was a very smart president. I thought Asiwaju was a very smart man until when he came out with this policy, not knowing that Asiwaju does not know anything. Now people are crying for hungry. People are crying for cost of transportation. Why will you give 5 billion to state governors? Cash.
So what's wrong with giving five?
It is wrong.
State governor?
We have multiple things that is wrong. What are stopping federal government from purchasing vehicles? Government mass transit station like Lagos State should have like 5,000 mass transit. That buses will be stationed at strategic positions that will convey people to their workplaces. Sorry, excuse me.
No.
That will convey people, so people would at least save more money to themselves. That one would be this policy is good, but giving money to looters is like you handing over yourself to them. Yeah, please murder me. Tinubu does give state governor access to murder all the indigenous of their states, because the governors themselves will not want to go against it, because they think that it's an avenue for them to loot the more. Why would you, if Lagos is here with 5 billion naira, how many buses can you purchase and station in strategic location that can convey people to work, employ people who will drive it, pay them stipend? With that alone, people will save that transportation. At least if you spend 20,000 for your transport fare, at least that 20,000 naira you will save it in your pocket. Then you giving people that want to steal, people who have the intention of stealing, giving them key to where the bank vault is to steal. That means you are killing yourself. Even Asiwaju himself wants to steal, because if he does not want to steal, nobody will come out with a policy. This policy is devilish. This policy is stupid.
180 trucks of rice, devilish.
180 trucks of rice. Give it to who again? Give it to the state governors. Now, the state
distribute to you.
the state governors in return will call the state party chairman of the party. Palliatives don't come. We'll call the party escorts, the treasurer. The state governors will now start to share rice among the state ward parties, ward leaders, state LG chairman, local government LG chairman, top government of officially. We'll not start giving them. Now, and they claim this policy is targeted at the masses. Now, if government were being serious, if government was being sincere, now, how did we vote? INEC has a number of registered voters. In Lagos, every registered voters go to your polling unit. Let National Emergency, NEMA, partner with INEC. NEMA can distribute it. INEC, where you voted, go there, go with your PPC, thumb print, and then get the bag of rice. That one would have been easy. Did you vote? They came to meet us, Abi, at our different polling units. Government should have looked out for modalities to do that. That go to your polling units. The number will be there to distribute the rice, and then INEC, and then INEC, and then INEC too will now supervise it, so that there will be one transparency. But giving it to governors to share again in this kind of dilemma. If from Tinubu to the president, they are not serious. You have to apply one question. He said, what is state government doing? So, what can they do? What can a parasite do? A parasite, what can he do? We've told you guys countless times here. Let them devalue power. State government to stop going to Abuja to collect money. If these people look inward, these people will be serious. But every day, every governor runs to Abuja. Every governor runs to Abuja and you are telling a power site to free this person. Is that possible? Ashwaju is not being truthful with us. This policy is dead on arrival. I bet you. Later on tomorrow, you will hear that panel of inquiry will be set about this money, 5 billion each. And the panel of inquiry that will be set will not tell government that they need 2 billion for them to look into this issue of 5 billion. See if they tap it. To buy ya, all of our everybody. Very soon, police will arrest anybody. Because this money, some persons don't they happy, they are there to steal it. They're
already on ground.
They're already on. Lions are there. They don't get the money. Their eyes on the shine. They won't take the money. They won't pack the money, my bros. Lions, people don't there. When they got for streets. People, politicians don't give say they're hungry. Lion don't there for ground on ground.
It's an opportunity for them.
Why you talk like this time? Some people don't there. They won't buy us for Dubai. They won't buy us for Dubai.
With our palliative.
Fuck, they play. They want yourself. No be here you dey for this country. Yesterday where NDLA they make Naira Marley ambassador. Shey it makes sense. And Naira Marley that promote drugs. NDLA say they make ambassador. This is that in this country we joke too much. Naira Marley is supposed to be the embassy of the world and NDLA because he promote drugs. But NDLA choose about 220 million people in Nigeria. And they don't see anybody choose as ambassador. Naira Marley, where they carry go for a video. They say Naira Marley now ambassador.
Don't you think that's to stop him
from doing what he? Person supposed to say stop him from doing what? Stop him from doing what? But that is so. If person like Marua can promote him, anybody can promote him. Now now they don't bring rice. Where you go see the rice? You want to come to Olu for your office? Collect the rice. Do you want to go and meet someone and get the rice? Before you want to do this, even the government don't have the database of people they want to give rice.
Because of our time, let's quickly wrap it up. Yeah, okay, you want to react to the picture of Godwin Emefiele, right? Yeah. Now, what do you have to say?
What do I have to say? Yeah. Both Emefiele,
are you happy with the trial?
The presidency
now?
And the DSS, they're not serious. In 2019, when Bullion Van went into Tinubu house, what was DSS doing? DSS say there's no evidence.
What did Emefiele do? The president was the CBN governor.
Now, DSS said there was no evidence when Bullion Van got into the house. But how can DSS, a government agency, you want to prosecute someone, you don't have evidence? DSS is so clueless. Imagine the first count charge Emefiele won in court. You know Emefiele won them in court. They said Emefiele is the possession of gun. Even a bulky man in Nigeria, a forex trader in Nigeria, is the possession of gun. Secondly, on citizen, where was President Muhammadu Buhari when Emefiele was carrying out all this? Who gave Emefiele the go ahead to do that? Emefiele is not a servant. Now, one thing is as a public servant, you carry out government policies. Politicians can do that. It is only the public servants or the civil servant that does that. Emefiele was acting on others. So if as you roll, let Buhari to forget it, even if it's the president or not. It should be called for questioning. On his own, Emefiele too is stupid though.
No, he said it before leaving the seat. Now nobody should be stopping.
Who?
The president.
I don't understand. About national issues, nobody should stop it.
Nobody should.
A man that plunged into debt, I say nobody should stop it. Who is supposed to wake up? See, Buhari is supposed to wake up Buhari up for the every day. They slap and they beat him. Buhari supposed to be busy. Telling Nigerians that nobody should tell me. That's an insult. DSS should get evidence before you nail someone. Not that when you take someone to court, you start gathering evidence. It doesn't make sense. Get concrete evidence against him. Not just stupid evidence. Now, when they won in court, he now brought up a first charge about 6.9 million fraud against him. It is senseless. Before you take out to court, have enough evidence. No be say person tell you say make you go arrest. See, Tinubu dey win church these guys. What did Bawa do to Tinubu? What did EFCC boss? What did he do? Audio top boss agency that are not supposed Tinubu make sure that he's dealing with them. DSS Oga President one Bicha, he supported Tinubu during the election, and now Tinubu leave the man free. Now only him be sent.
David, are you not part of APC?
Now only me sent. I don't think.
Yes, I know. Kule, stop attacking David. It's not good what Kule is doing. What I would say. Okay.
There have been concerns expressed about the palliative rollout.
That's disbursement of the palliative. How are they going to distribute the money?
The federation
was given 55 billion, right?
billion each.
Thank you so much. The point is not giving out or bringing out the publicity or publication that 5 billion has been disbursed to states of the federation. Do you know what? How is it going to get to the beneficiaries, the final users? See, let me tell you. Politicians in Nigeria, under APC political party, all of them, they are going to hoard this money. If this money, as this money has come out, to distribute it among the Anambrans, the PDP people will be involved. The what party won in Anambra State? Is it not APGA? How do you think that money is going to get to my grandmother in the village? Do we have data in Nigeria? Does any Nigerian man has a datum in the system from where he would receive his own money? How do we pay it? Are we going to pay with our BVN? Are we going to pay with our PVC as David suggested? No. You can't get to the whole beneficiaries. One is that our immigration system is not working. There are many, millions upon million Ghanaians, millions upon million Nigerians, millions upon million Chadians in the northern Nigeria. Who are the northern Nigeria? The indigenous people of that region are mixed up. They are mixed up. People of many ethnicities in the Sahel country of Sahel countries like Niger, southern Niger.
We don't know who are Nigerians.
Wait, thank you. Southern Algeria, southern Morocco, mixed up with it's too interwoven. You can't know who is who in the northern Nigeria. Then coming back to southern Nigeria, you have many people that are settled here with us, especially the Ghanaians, the Guineans. Go to the other estates opposite Total Police Station. That estate is occupied by Malians, Guineans. I think you understand. Oh. So let me tell you, Mike, it's not going to get to every person. It's not going to get to the whole persons in Nigeria. Nobody is going to get it outrightly. See, let me tell you, if you want to make such payments, first of all, visit banks, the index, account holders. The banks are the people that will give you the accurate account. Even if I have 200 accounts, one name will appear. I didn't understand. Then, the way you visit house by house, you follow the former NEPA payment index before meter cards. I think understand. There are many ways you can do it. I don't really understand. That's why when we use the word clueless, some persons think we are being abusive. We know what we are doing. If you don't join them, you can never ever be with them. Listen to me. If you want to be a president, they should screen you too well. You must be somebody that is very, very endowed with something upstairs. I think understand. Brain, you must go to school. Education first. Nigerian government, as far as I'm concerned now, the people in charge of this current government, they are clueless. They have lost it. What they are after there is their personal interest, their pocket, their families. You can't just dole out 5 billion to each state. The governors are going to hoard the money. The governors themselves, their own pocket should full first. Oh, Mike, see the kind of wasteful government Tinubu runs currently. That money is gone. I'm telling you, ordinary Indomie
and rice was not properly distributed. Even a bag could not, nobody can give account of a bag of rice 3 years ago during COVID-19. You are talking about money cut with thieves. Governors, governors of the federation, Mike, they are going to feast on that money.
Even some of the fears that the palliative will be distributed to party members and not the citizens.
First,
All citizens.
first, disbursement of 5 billion given to all the states of the federation, party members first. The whole rice, bags of rice, palliatives, Indomie or whatever they come up with. Party members first. APC political platform, their members, all their pockets will fill up to the brim, even dropping on the ground before they look at the back, their neighbors. See, let me tell you, that is not the right way to do this. The first people to receive this money, account holders all over Nigeria, and they should observe them. The form they fill, they must be Nigerian nationalities. And listen to me, first, before you get into the localities, before you get into house by house, street by street. Are you looking to me? I don't know why we don't have statisticians, people that read the statistics. They are properly people. They are the proper people that can distribute or disburse this money amicably and get it right.
Let me read this statement made by the Blessed One.
Okay.
You carry bone, give dog to help you.
Thank you so much.
What
Blessing.
did the dog go do?
Blessing, you are wonderful. I like that radio from Blessing. It's a good figurative language expression from Blessing. What do you expect, dog, that you hang a bone, very fat bone, on its neck? Oh man, the marrow is so sweet, yummy. The dog will just looking at you. Immediately you get out from where the dog is. There is no bone. He has just ate up the bone and see, let me tell you, the 5 billion naira disbursed to the states to share among its citizens, Mike, that money has gone down drain. Then again, accusation against Naira Marley is baseless. Leave young Nigerians alone. Federal government, leave Nigerian youths alone for their destiny to be fulfilled. Naira Marley is discharged, convicted of any sin. Naira Marley is innocent. Naira Marley is a Nigerian scrambling for his own destiny. Let me tell you, Nigerian youth, they work hard in this country and act out seriously for their own living. Federal government should mind their business. They are the ones stealing. They are the ones doing 419, executive 419. They are all. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. And on this note, we say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. I remain your uncle, Michael Adekunle. Behind the camera, I have David Daniels. Viewers across the globe, we appreciate you. Our social media handles are displayed on the screen. And you can also join me or follow me at Michael Timitayo Adekunle on all platforms. At Michael Timitayo Adekunle. Until tomorrow, I say, I love you all. Bye.